Hello guys, welcome to the first episode of Integration Tomorrow, the webcast. My name is Tiago and I'll be your host for this first season of a new webcast that Polarizing has done. On today's episode, we will start from the beginning about what is integration and its main features and its main characteristics. With me, I have from TIBCO side Carlos Romero, which will be presented soon, and also with me from Polarizing, Hugo Pascoalinho. Hugo, we have to be like a gentleman, so I will ask Carlos to present himself for our guests, and then of course after you present yourself also. Carlos, please present yourself.
Okay, so kind from your side, Tiago. Hello, Tiago. Hello, Hugo. Thank you so much for inviting me to this first session of the webcast series for integration. My name, guys, is Carlos Romero. I'm part of TIBCO technical consultant team. In fact, I have been working now in integration for more than 15 years. So I hope we are going to explain the concepts about integration and evolution for the influencers and the interested people in the integration side.
Hugo, what do you have to say?
From me, well, thank you, Carlos, for accepting the challenge to do this with us, and thank you, Tiago, for the introduction. My name is Hugo Pascoalinho. I'm currently the head of delivery at Polarizing. I started working in integration in 2003, so already, I think this year, makes 20 years working in this space. And I've done roles from developer in the beginning to architect in several companies throughout Europe. So I've been around for a few years already and been able to work in several technologies and either creating new integration platforms from scratch or adapting new ones. So I guess the two of us, with your support, will be able to give a brief introduction to what integration is and then set up for the next episodes of the podcast.
Thank you. So let's, of course, start from the beginning.
Yeah.
What is integration? And I will address this to Carlos. Carlos, from a neutral perspective, what is integration and how TIBCO explain it? What is it?
What we can see in the daily task that we are doing with our customers, and the evolution that we have seen is little by little we are having more applications on-prem, application or system, whatever we want to call it, CRMs, ERPs, databases, any kind of application that could be a data source with valuable information for the company need to be communicated between each of them. So integration is the ability to connect all those applications and make them understand in the same way. This is a really brief explication and a really easy way, no?
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think mainly the main goal of integration is to ensure that we have some seamless communication between systems and to ensure that data flows from where it is to where it needs to be in real time or asynchronously if that makes more sense. And in the end, to ensure it brings agility to development, it's scalable, and also something that's a growing concern more and more to be secure, to ensure that data is not easily accessed by any other party than the ones that are intended in that transaction.
Okay, so Hugo, and what about its fundamentals? I know you prepared a slide. Let me just share it so you can speak.
Yeah. Okay. So as we were just saying, it's these are the baseline of what integration needs to provide to a company's IT. To ensure that communication is seamless, that all the involved systems and applications, as Carlo was mentioning, are able to communicate between each other without creating specific developments to it without being an overhead in terms of either development or processing, to facilitate the data transfer from those different sources. And as we are saying, promoting agility, scalability, security throughout the entire communication pipeline.
Okay.
This point is really important. I mean, all of them, but the agility and scalability. In fact, in the next chapter that we are going to see, or the next slide, we are talking also about the evolution of the integration. And we are going to check and we are going to see that all this evolution is coming due to the business needs that we are having, the evolution of the business. And it's day by day, as Hugo was commenting, we need to be more agile and more scalable, because we need to provide our data values to the people that is connecting to our system. And this, we are having huge peaks that we need to be able to cover. So the scalability and the agility are key points for the evolution of the integration.
Yeah, nice pointed. And let me just get through to the next question. That it's how integration has evolved over the years. It's a long path along the way, and I would like to invite you, Carlos, to explain a little bit this slide.
So what we have seen during the years, I mean, not since the beginning, but starting in the 1996, for example, we were talking, or the standard, it was the SOA architecture. No, what we were commenting, it was the need to create the communication between different applications, and it was based in contract. I think it was the first base contract interaction, where we were creating what is a contract, how I'm going to exchange with you, how I'm going to integrate with you, we can say, no? We were defining the different interfaces to be able to communicate, okay, I need this information, you need to provide this information in this way. So it was the typical web service communication with the description of the communication.
In SOA, the fundamental principle was exactly that, to ensure that all features were wrapped around with a service that made it available to any other system to call and reuse. And that reusage was indeed the main benefit here, as already coming back to the fundamentals we just described. That reusage as an intention to speed up development and to provide more agility, not only to the IT side, but even to the business, to make sure that business was able to respond quicker to whatever the market conditions were bringing into the company.
That's a great point. I mean, IT cannot be a stopper for the business to evolve. Yeah. So as we can see, we start with SOA, we continue with the interfaces improvement, we can say, and then it born REST APIs. I'm sure many people understand this kind of acronyms that we are commenting, that it was an improvement, in fact, in front of the SOA architecture, but evolving a little bit more. What we are reaching at this moment is also based in REST, APIs, etc. That is the base for that, are the microservice, cloud native architectures to try to improve the scalability and elasticity, and also the time to market, as we were commenting also.
Exactly. And over this evolution, some changes in terms of protocols and data format also brought more agility and improvements in speed of transactions. For instance, when SOA started, the data format that was used as a de facto was XML, which is very good to describing a data structure and to make it coherent throughout the systems, but it is a bit heavy and verbose in that description of data. And with the evolution to more web-oriented architecture and REST, the data format that started to be used more and more, and it is I would say de facto nowadays, is JSON, which is a bit lighter, and that also improves the communications, as the payloads that are being communicated between systems are smaller, quicker to transact.
Also, a huge important jump or advantage now about the cloud usage in the integration world is to be able, I mean, when I'm talking to cloud native, I'm also talking about microservices, service mesh, and all these components, no, that we can say in a modern architecture, because it provides a huge scalability, elasticity, and also saving cost. A lot of time moving to the cloud instead of having this huge infrastructure in on-prem that we were paying for it, and we were having lot of capabilities just for manage one peak, for example, during the Christmas campaign in some retail companies, no, we can say, but they need to have this huge machine inside their on-prem system. In fact, with the cloud, they can scale depending on the needs, the business needs.
The actual needs. Yeah, indeed. And that connects to what we are saying a little bit, that IT first and foremost needs to be supportive of business needs to adapt quickly and to ensure that whatever are the business needs, those are addressed, and the company is able to quickly adapt.
And the last point about the evolution, or what is in those days, no, after the cloud native microservices, REST, so I will go to the past, no. The last topic or advantage that business is needing coming from our integration or architecture is the event-driven architectures.
Yeah,
we need to be able to take into account the real-time events that happens in the company. Each application that we are having, each IoT device, camera, security control is generating information, and this information is valuable for the business to take good decision and to improve the customer experience, traveler experience, as we are going to see later on, and all of this. So now event-driven architectures are able to mix the information coming in real time with existing data from the historic to be able to improve the performance of the system, optimize the operational services that we are providing, and be able to innovate and provide better incomes and inputs to the travelers, the customers that we are having, and also win better benefit for our company and the business part.
Yeah, and the current hot trend, as the current hot trend in IT, AI for sure would also bring some evolution here. As Carlos was saying, this need to adapt to current events within the company. As we add also AI into that and we make it easier to adjust on the moment, it will be what EDA will merge with AI, and the future there will be something that's still being defined, but for sure will be exciting to be involved with.
Yeah. So speaking about EDA, it's obviously a hot trend in the whole integration world. Carlos, let me just ask you another question, because I believe it's the main point of how to show how this can really benefit the client, the end user client. How is TIBCO using EDA for this architecture goal? Can you? I know you have a use case, but can you give us a little introduction about how TIBCO is using it?
Sure. TIBCO Connected Intelligent Platform, what allows you is to connect all these devices. Is in fact also including IoT devices. IoT devices are having a small capability and generates a small amount of information, but this information is really important. So we need to be connected. So first of all, we need a connected ecosystem to be able to connect all the points from the ecosystem that generates information, bring to a central point, and being able to analyze this information, but in real time. It's really important, the real time. In fact, Gartner and the analysts, what they say is the more time we taking into account an event generated from a business application, the lower benefit is going to have from the company. So we need to be really fast for that. And one of the best cases that you were commenting, and really example, is Aeroporto Di Roma, for example, with TIBCO technology that is solving this kind of uses, no?
And indeed, an airport is probably one of the best use cases for this, as it is an highly complex system, which involves customers or passengers as they are, that are there real time, traveling, moving, and having the expectation of having all their needs either to check in on a gate, to buy a meal, being quickly available, and from the IT side, the operation side, all of all of these different operations are based on systems that need to interact between each other and to have the data coming out of it and being available to someone to interpret, to make decisions on it, and to have all of these events being valuable to the management of the airport.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. If we move to the challenges that this company EDR it was having, as Hugo was commenting, exactly the point. No, it's a really complex ecosystem.
Yeah.
Imagine Aeroporto Di Roma is managing more than 140 airlines that is moving more than 50 million passengers per year, and you cannot imagine the amount of events that one single traveler can generate since he arrived at the airport, because it's not just the flight, the check-in. This company is managing also the parking, the shops, the security controls, operational intelligence inside the airport. I mean, all the parts from the airport are managed by this company, and all the events need to be taken into account in real time to win the real advantage. No, so the main challenges they were having was struggling with all those systems that they were having, and improve the customer experience or the traveler experience, as is really important for an airport. No, if we are providing this kind of advantages, if we are having one gate that is really crowded of people, is plenty of people, and we want to have another flight that is maybe from Rome to Madrid, that is going to have a huge affluence, they are able, thanks to the heat maps of the people, the flow people in the airport, they can know the flow of the people inside the airport, and being able to take intelligent decision based on the events they are receiving. So this is really a key point. So as we were commenting, this is done with the TIBCO technology, that we are able to connect all the devices, security controls, cameras. Cameras are also IoT devices, so we are able to win information from those cameras, security controls, the Wi-Fi inside the airport. We are able to understand the people that is connecting to the AFO, to the Wi-Fi, in which area of the airport are. So we are able to push notifications for the users that are close to this area to move to another area, because we are having some offers in some shops in the gallery. No, so we are able to spread a little bit the people. That makes better capability to the airport, as we can see in the result that they obtain, is that they have win much more confidence from all the travelers that they are using. They have been able to open a new gate or area for boarding, and they are able to win 6 new million travelers per year, thanks to this capability that they are able to manage the flow of people inside the airport. And also they have been named best airport in Europe for the last 4 consecutive years. That is something that is really, really difficult, no? And also the capability of adaptation, no? All of us know the pandemic, COVID-19, the problems that we were having, no? And also the airport. So this is the first airport awarded with the 5-star COVID-19 safety rating. That is something really difficult, because they have been able to improve the security for the users that are in the airport, because they are able to understand the flow of people, and they were able to propose new ideas in real time to avoid this kind of put all the people together. No, they were able to extend the people around the different instances of the airport.
That's exactly a good point here, is that all of this integration of data, all of this flow of data, one could initially think that it's relevant for integrations of systems, but it's also super relevant to have this data being available for humans, for people, not just IT and in the future AI, but for real humans to interpret it and to decide based on it, and do it on real time, not as it was done a few years ago, where all the data that people were analyzing was data with 3 months, 6 months, but now no, this is real-time data of what is happening at the airport or at any company, and that's the end goal here.
This explanation about a huge case study. We are getting to the end of the first episode, but I still have one question, because we are always looking from the best examples and the best practice. I would love to ask you, what is, in your opinion, the path to a modern architecture? I will ask Carlos, what do you think? And I believe we also have some slides to share. And let me just share it again, so Carlos can explain a little bit in detail the path.
Yes, of course, Tiago. As you were commenting, there are some specific points that are really important at this moment to achieve a new business improvement or new business modernization based on the architecture. So to achieve this modern architecture, we need to focus also in modernize the core. Many companies are still having the SOA architecture, but it's not bad. It's the architecture that brings us to those days, but they can start to modernize the path to an API-first approach, API-lead approach, what that analysts are commenting those days. As Hugo was commenting, it helped us to communicate because it's a standard, and we need to accomplish also the standard while we are modernizing the core.
Yeah, I think the issue that a lot of companies face is that they want to tackle this immediately and change everything in one step, and it needs to be changed and modernized step by step. Do it, start small but grow big, and you will be able to get quicker results that way than if you do a single migration or something like that. That will be much harder to bring into reality.
Also, something that we was commenting at the beginning is agility, scalability, and flexibility. I mean, adapt to the business needs that we are having. So we were commenting exactly the cloud native, that is all of this, and also saving money in infrastructure and operation, as DevOps is explaining here. Adapt all these new, not only architecture, all these new technologies allow us to shorten their time of the development life cycle, and also decrease the time to market. That is something important to become innovative inside the business, no?
Yeah. And there also, it's important to obviously to have these changes in technologies, but also in how you do your day-to-day work. So there's also a mindset change here that needs to be done by the teams, by the developers, by the administrators of every IT system, to make sure that they are indeed able to get these advantages. Otherwise, they will just be using new technologies, but doing what they used to do 5 years ago, 10 years ago in the same way. And if they do that, they won't be able to get this agility, this flexibility in adapting the life cycle work, of their development.
And the last one, as we were commenting also, is adapt all these modern architectures and technologies, no? That is the tools or the solutions that will help us to win this new improvement in our business. All of this is what we were commenting, what helps Aeroporto Di Roma to improve the customer and traveler experience, that is based the architecture in an event-driven architecture, EDA, that we were commenting, to win impact in the business moments that we are having, no? Also, stop coding. I mean, we have solutions and tools that help us to go faster in this design phase, we can say, instead of development. And also, for sure, what we were commenting at the beginning and the evolution, start to use the new capabilities that are provided to us, no? Microservices, Kafka, to start to promote Kafka or Pulsar, or the different messaging technologies that we are having to promote the events, and also the APIs, no? Start to use the standards of the market that the rest of the companies and the analysts are commenting. No?
Yeah, that's exactly it. You can't just add new technology. You have to sometimes take a step back, rethink. Just don't start coding by coding. Understand what these new tools provide and how you need to adapt your architecture. Sometimes you need to redo it from scratch. Other times you can add just new blocks and try to get some quick wins there. But in the end, you have to think cloud first. If you use cloud in the same way you were using on-prem systems, it won't work. So it has to be a changing mindset also in that to make sure all of these technologies are bringing the added value that they can bring.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for this first and painless episode of Integration Tomorrow, the webcast. This is our first episode. I hope you guys liked. Let me just once again thank you, Carlos, so much for being present and for accepting this challenge to speak about integration. I believe it's done for this first episode. Thank you so much, guys, and see you on the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. See you soon.